Mic lock is on.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Wisdom Matrix, and this video is going to show you how to use reminders if you have iOS 13 on the iPhone or iPad or whatever. This video is going to show you how to use reminders to remind yourself to do pretty much anything, but this video specifically pertains to spiritual practices and some educational things that I've showed you on this particular video. So anyways, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you like this video, please like and subscribe and share it with others if you got some kind of benefit from it, so that other people can get the same benefits as you did. This is the Wisdom Matrix, and I hope you enjoyed this video.
Mic lock is card fader. Mic trigger button.
Hold on, everybody. This is the Wisdom Matrix.
Page 2 with reminders. Double tap to open.
In this video, don't worry about the noise in the background. It's just my fan and the voiceover. This video is about how to set up reminders if you have iOS 13. This is a video on how to set up reminders to remind you to do spiritual practices for every day. And this isn't something that you have to do.
Search field, edit button. Done. Search field, done button. Done. Edit button.
This isn't anything you have to do or anything like that. Just something that I thought would be interesting for people to see how you can do this. So
search dictate button. Today 8 reminders button.
Let me show
Double
you
tap to
how
today.
this works.
Incomplete education today. Incomplete exercise today daily.
Yeah,
double tap to mark as completed.
Just complete that.
Completed exercise today.
So whenever you first thing to note is that
less back button. Less back button.
To
Today
make a
7 reminders
reminder,
button. Double tap to view list.
when you start
Today 7 reminders button.
first.
Double tap to view list. Incomplete education. Incomplete cleaning today. Incomplete daily spiritual practices. Incomplete daily spiritual practices. Characters words. Incomplete daily. Incomplete daily
Okay,
spiritual.
so here it is.
Completed daily spiritual practices today.
Whoops.
Incomplete daily spiritual drag item. Enter detail.
Okay, so
Incomplete.
what you do is you go to today or reminders or scheduled or anything like that, and you just click on
New reminder button. New reminder.
new reminder.
Incomplete. Examine emotions, beliefs, and structure. Incomplete. Tap into the infinite. Incomplete. Daily spiritual practices today. Double drag item. Enter detail.
Okay, so here's where you
Details
add.
heading.
So what you can do is you can add reminder. What you do is you press new reminder, and you just type in whatever you want to type in, like daily spiritual practices was what I typed in, and then you add. And then let me show you a way.
Details done button. Details heading done button.
All right, let's show.
Today heading less back button. New reminder button.
This is going to be a
Text
text.
field is editing. Word mode. Insertion
So
point
you
star.
go-
Cap S. Cappy.
I'm just going
Echo.
to type in something
Cappy.
random.
Incomplete. Remind myself to notice the inner text field. Edit. Quick bar. Time. Location button. Top. Edit details button. Swipe up or
And
down.
then you just press-
Incomplete. Tap. Incomplete. Done. Less back done button.
Done. And then you can go to
Text field. Edit details button.
edit
Swipe up.
details.
Edit details. Cap. No. You remind
And
me
the
at a time.
cool thing about this iOS 13, they changed it from the old reminders thing. With iOS 13, if you have like an iPhone or whatever, you can set it up to where you have subtasks under the other reminder subtasks.
Remind me at location. Remind me when
So you
messaging.
just remind yourself. And
Priority.
then
None. List button.
you have that the main reminder, that's what you'd call it, and then you have subtasks that you can put under it.
Subtask 0 button.
Here,
Add
show you.
reminder.
So this is what you
Add reminder.
do.
Subtask. Add reminder.
You add a
Text field
reminder.
is editing. Word mode. Insertion point at start.
Let's add-
Actions available. Cappy. Echo.
Okay.
Add reminder.
And then you
Incomplete.
add it.
Incomplete. Subtask. Add incomplete. Incomplete. Subtask. Double tap. Enter detail.
Something's wrong with this.
Details done. Button.
With the beta, it doesn't always.
Actions incomplete.
It adds
Subtask.
two
Double tap.
instead of
Incomplete.
one.
Subtask. Enter detail. Edit title. Delete.
And you can delete
Perform
it.
action. Delete. Details. Back
And
button.
you can edit
Details back button.
subtasks when you're
Details
done.
heading.
When you press done. When you press the done button.
Done button.
So all you do is when you want to make a reminder, you just make the reminder, and then you press done, or you can go to like edit details or the.
Notes. URL. Text field. Note. Cappy. Text field. Done. Cap. Note. URL. Remind me at a time. Repeat. Remind me. Select flag. Off. Prior. List. Subtask. Add image. Subtask 1 button.
Yeah, you go to
Details. Heading. Done button.
enter details or something
Less back
like
button.
that.
Incomplete. Examine emotions, beliefs, and incomplete. Tap into the incomplete. Daily spirit. Incomplete. Cleaning today. Incomplete. Less back button. Incomplete. Education. Incomplete.
As you
Remind
can
myself to
see, I
notice
have
the
a bunch
incomplete
of
E today. Double drag item. Enter detail. Edit title. Flag. Delete.
You can just delete it.
Alert. Delete reminder. This cancel. Delete button.
Yeah, I know.
Performed action. Incomplete. Exam.
Okay,
incomplete.
so-
Meditate today. Incomplete. Tap into the infinite today. Incomplete. Daily spiritual practices today. Drive item. Enter detail.
Enter details, how you can
Details
go
heading.
to the subtasks. And the cool thing is that you can complete it from there's a all reminders thing, which has all the subtasks in this one thing. At least in the beta version of iOS
Done.
13.
Button. Notes. You are alarm. Remind. Repeat. Remind. Select flag. Prior list. Subtask. Add image. Subtask 0 button. Add reminder.
Wait, why is that? Probably because I accidentally completed it.
Add reminder. Sub details back button. Subtask heading. Details back button. Details back button. Subtask 0 button. List button. Prior flag. Select remind. Repeat. Remind. Alarm. Sunday. You are notes. Text. Done. Details heading. Done button.
But anyways, you can complete it from
List back
there.
button. Incomplete. Examine emotions, beliefs, and drive item. Incomplete. Tap into the infinite today. Daily. Subtask.
I did
Double tap to
that.
mark as completed. Completed. Tap into the infinite today. Subtask.
Haven't meditated or done the other one yet.
Incomplete. Remind myself to note. New reminder button. Incomplete. Remind myself to notice the inner body today. Daily.
So you
Subtask.
can
Double tap to mark as
add a
completed.
bunch of different
Use the action
things
rotor to edit
to
the title.
that
Swipe up or down to select a custom action.
To the subtask, and that way you can set up for daily, which I didn't really show you. I don't know.
New reminder button. New reminder button. Text
So
field
you
is
can set
editing.
it
Insert edit
for-
details. Text field is edited. Cap D. Cap D. Incomplete. Text field is editing. Edit. Quick location button. Flag. Locate time. Edit details button. Quick locate flag button. Photos button. D. Do prediction. Audio
you
recording
have to-
progress button. Status
you
audio
have to
today
go to
heading.
done button.
List back today heading. Done button.
And then once you create a reminder, you just go to done,
Done. Today heading.
and then you
Incomplete.
go to
Incomplete. Cleaning. Completed. Tap into the infinite today. Subtask. Double. Incomplete. Examine. Incomplete. Meditate. Incomplete. Remind myself to notice the incomplete D today. Double drive item. Enter detail.
and you go to enter details, because it doesn't always set it, especially if you want to have a reminder that reminds you like every day. At least
Empty
in my
line.
case,
URL. Text field.
it doesn't
Remind me on a
always
day.
show.
Alarm. Sunday. Remind me on a day. On.
Remind you on the day is on, sometimes it's off. I think it reminds me.
Remind me on a time. Repeat. Never. Button.
That's why it's set on. Remind me on the day, and then repeat. You
Selected.
can
Never.
repeat it for
Repeat. Heading. So daily.
daily,
Weekly.
weekly, and
Bi-weekly.
bi-weekly,
Monthly.
monthly,
Every 3 months.
every 3 months,
Every yearly.
every 6 months, every year.
Custom. Button. Custom. Button. Yearly.
We can even do custom. That's interesting.
Custom.
What
Button.
custom does.
Frequency. Daily. Every day. Every day. Frequency. Daily. Custom. Heading. Frequency. Daily. Every day. Every day. Custom. Repeat. Back button.
Well, it
Repeat
doesn't really
back.
seem to do anything, but
Custom. Button.
basically that's how you can remind yourself to do spiritual practices every day. Got it set up for exercising and other things as well.
Never. Repeat. Details. Back button. Details. Back button. Details. Heading.
I didn't do
Done
very good
button.
with this one, but
Cap. Done button. Done. Incomplete. D. Today. Daily. Drive item. Enter the edit title. Flag. Delete. Next week. Delete. Performed action. Delete.
I'm not really sure what flag does, but it really doesn't matter. Like, as long as you got it set for like every day or whatever, or every like week, you can set it for like every week, which is what I do for my cleaning, because I do cleaning every day. Some cleaning I do every day, and some of it I do like every week. So
New reminder. Button. New reminder. Incomplete. Meditate today. Daily. Subtap. Incomplete. Incomplete. Examine emotions, beliefs, and structure of ego. Incomplete. Meditate today. Completed. Tap into the infinite today.
So as you can see, I have a bunch of things set up for the reminder for the daily. Those are for the daily spiritual tasks. I have tap into the infinite. I have
Incomplete. Examine emotions, beliefs, and structure of ego. Asking questions about myself and observing to see if I can find the answer. Today. Daily. Subtask. Double tap to mark as completed.
So basically, that just means that you examine your emotions by like asking the questions that I've talked about before. Like, what is causing this? What is behind this? Why do I have to feel like I have to defend this identity that I've created, type of thing?
Incomplete. Meditate today. Daily.
And I
Subtask.
meditate,
Double tap
which
to mark as
I
completed.
don't
Use the
usually
action.
do, which is partly why I set this thing up, because I do forget to meditate a lot. So that's why.
Incomplete. Remind myself to notice the inner body today. Daily. Subtask.
That's based on the video I made yesterday.
Incomplete. Education today. Daily.
This
Double tap to
one-
mark as completed.
this
Use the
one
action
is
rotor to edit the drive
for-
item. Enter detail. Edit title. Enter detail.
Let me show you. This one is what I use to
Alarm. Sunday.
keep
October
track of
27th.
what I've been reading, because not just keep track, but remind myself what I need to read, because there's important books that I'm reading right now.
And remind me of location.
Let me
Off.
show you.
Remind me when messaging. And repeat. Never. Button. Repeat. Daily. Button. Remind me at a time. Off. Alarm. Sunday. October 27th, 2019. Selecting this up. Flag. Off. Priority. None. Button. List. Button. List. Subtask. 1. Button.
Yeah, so I only got
Complete. Red radical
one
distortion.
set.
Subtask.
So I only have one set for now, because it is kind of one of those things where you don't have a whole lot of options that for, well, not that you don't have any options, but I have a lot of books that I do need to read. So I can
Subtask.
set
Heading.
a bunch of them.
Subtask. Incomplete. Red radical distortion. Subtask. Double tap to mark as
And
completed.
that's a
Actions
book that
available.
I'm reading right now. But I'm going to do a video on that eventually once I'm done reading it. And once I've done like taking a bunch of notes and stuff like that, because it's a very informative book on how radicalization works and all this stuff.
Add reminder.
So let's add a reminder because I do want to remind myself of some other things.
Text field is editing. Word mode. Characters. Words. Lines. Text. Select. Braille screen input. Orientation locked. Lens R. E. D. Red.
Read outlines of Pyrrhonism.
U. T. L. N. E. S. Outlines of. P. Y. R. R. O. N. I. S. M. Pyrrhonism. Space.
Now, for those who don't know what this is a book about what actual skepticism was.
Incomplete. Red outlines of Pyrrhonism. Subtask.
Basically, the Greeks, they had philosophies and stuff, and this one of them was what skepticism was before actual skepticism, and it's actually a lot more skeptical than regular skepticism. It's skeptical of almost everything, to a large extent. It's more complicated than that, but.
Text field is editing. Insertion point at start. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate. Use the rotor to access misspelled words.
And if you do want to add another reminder, you can just press add reminder. Or
add reminder.
Yeah, add
text
reminder.
Field is editing. Characters, words, lines, text, select, braille screen input.
And the other
orientation
one.
locked. Landscape. Home button to R. E. D. Red. U. Dot H. L. How. B. B. M. N. D. Mind. Dot 5. W. S.
How the Mind Works. It's a book by Stephen
How the Mind Works.
that I wanted to read because it sounded interesting, and maybe there'd be some useful things to put in this channel.
Text field is editing. Insertion point at start. Insertion point at end. Characters, words, lines, text selection. Braille screen input. Orientation locked. Landscape. Home R. E. D. Red. S. Y. Street. E. M. S. Systems. T. H. N. K. Ing. Thinking. P. D. F. PDF. Space. Portrait.
That's a book that I found online.
Incomplete. Red system thinking PDF. Subtask.
I haven't really done a video on systems thinking because it's kind of a complicated subject. But if you do want to know what systems thinking is, you can watch. There's a video from actualize.org that's called Intro to Systems Thinking, which goes over like the basics of what system thinking is. It's a very complicated subject, but it is interesting.
Text field is editing. Insertion point at start. Swipe up or down to select a custom action, then double tap to activate. Use the rotor to access misspelled words.
There's a bunch of other books you can do, and the best part about this too is you can do this.
Incomplete. Red radical distortion. Subtask.
Show you.
Subtask. Incomplete. Red outlines of enter detail.
Let me go. Show you.
URL. Text field. Remind me on location. Off. Remind me on a day. Off.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to set that for off because I'm not done reading radical distortions. Once that's done, I'm going to set that for the day or whatever, because that's about a 5-hour book or so. So maybe I'll read that in 1 day or 2 or 3 days. I'll probably just keep that off and just keep reminding myself with those reminders, because I do have have my reminders app on the home page. I don't have it on the docs part of the iPhone or anything like that, but I do have it on the home page without any folders. It's not on any folders or anything, so it reminds me. Yeah, these are your reminders. This is what you need to do.
Remind me on location. Off. Remind me when messaging. Off. Remind me on location.
So remind you that a location would remind you when you get to a certain location that you have to do something. As opposed to remind you that the message would remind you when you're sending a message to somebody or something. Remind you to do something or tell them something or something like that.
Remind me. Selecting this option will show the reminder notification when chatting with a person in messages.
That would be kind of interesting.
Flag. Off. Priority. None. Button.
Priority. I don't use that because I usually just kind of go by what's happening more than anything. I don't really know what that does anyways, but
add image.
Add image. I guess you can add an image.
Add image. Details. Heading.
I don't really do that.
Done. Button.
Because I can't see anything anyways, but
subtask. Heading. So incomplete. Red radical distortion. Incomplete. Red outlines of incomplete. Red how the mind. Sub details. Back button.
So
details. Back button.
You can do with this.
Details. Heading. Done. Button.
And if you have an iPhone or iPad or whatever, you can use this for
today. Heading.
Pretty much anything.
Less.
Not just spirituality.
Less. Back button. Scheduled 15 reminders, but all 23 reminders button. Double tap to view list.
See, as you can hear, I have a bunch of reminders. I have a bunch of things set up. So,
App switcher. Voice stream. Act close voice. Ball shot. Active close ball shot. Activate default. Ball shot. Empty card 6. Button.
Anyways,
Ball shot junior. Artist
there's
name.
a
The
lot.
Wisdom Matrix. Dimmed.
Like I said, there's a lot that you can do this with. I have it set. I have one that where it reminds me to exercise every day as well, because I do want to start doing that more again. Because I slacked off on that for a couple of months. I was doing that for a month or two, and then I just slacked off. So I have a bunch of things set up. So if you have an iPhone or whatever, you can do this. If not, you can, I don't know, set an alarm or something. I don't know. I might look into how you can do it on other devices or something, and maybe add it to a description or something one day. Anyways, this is the Wisdom Matrix, and
Empty. Card fader. Mic lock. But finish 1450. Finish recording.
I might do a video about how I exercise one of these days as well, because that is an important part of, spirituality. Spirituality isn't just something that you do in your head. It's something that you can do in the outside world, or, with exercise and things like that, That's why I called this channel the Wisdom Matrix instead of, because it used to be called It's a Spiritual Experience. And I changed it because, there's a lot more to life than just spirituality. And all of it has its own key, I suppose you could call it, its key wisdom involved in it. Even if it's a little twisted or corrupted or whatever. So that's why I call this channel the Wisdom Matrix, because, the movie The Matrix, people say we're living in the Matrix, but I think it's a wisdom matrix. It's a matrix that gets you closer into wisdom if you start, living consciously and doing all these things. So, anyways,
button 1553. Finish recording. Button.
This is the Wisdom Matrix, and I will see. I'll see if I'll do another video today or not. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Anyways, this is the Wisdom Matrix, and I'll see you in the next video. Anyways, this is the Wisdom Matrix, and I hope you liked that video. This is a great feature for iOS 13, and for Apple users. And so, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. Share it with the other people if you got some kind of benefit from it, so that they can get the same kind of benefits as you did. And subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future. This is the Wisdom Matrix, and I'll see you in the next video.